Hey everybody, Andrew Politis for part 3 of this video. In this part 3, we're going to talk about the option of refinancing. So again, using that same student rental property, we're going to talk about the option of refinancing. Refinancing is when you're actually pulling equity out of your property in the form of cash. So the HELOC gives you a home equity line of credit against the property, and it just sits there. You have access to draw against it anytime you want. A refinance is when you actually pull the equity out of the property now today. They give you this cash. You can spend this cash on vacations, cars, or more property, totally up to you. That cash goes in the bank, okay? So a refinance increases your mortgage amount. Let's say, for example, 3.2% interest for 30 years, okay? Again, interest rates just dropped, but I'm gonna keep it at the 3.2 example. So keeping with the same example, you have a house that's worth about $600,000 and your current mortgage is $330,000. What you do is you calculate the price of your house, times it by 80%, up to 80% loan to value, and then minus the mortgage you already owe on it, and that will actually tell you how much you can pull out potentially in a refinance or in a HELOC. So $600,000 at 80%, we can borrow up to $480,000, minus our $330,000 mortgage gives you $150,000 cash out. So just like the HELOC, this is a refinance, we're actually pulling $150,000 out in cash, okay? So now we do not have to pay interest on that $150,000, but we don't get to write off the interest on the $150,000 either, okay? So now we have an extra $150,000 mortgage to service, right? So your initial $480,000 mortgage is actually now up $150,000, right? So now, your initial $330,000 mortgage is up an extra $150,000, okay? So now you're up at $480,000 that you have to pay. So your mortgage payments are going to increase, okay? So $150,000 mortgage to service it at 3.2% for 30 years increases your mortgage payment by $647 a month, okay? So of that $647 a month that you're now paying an additional mortgage on your primary residence, approximately 260 of that is mortgage pay down. And that's important to calculate, and I'm going to show you that in a little bit. Okay, so again, showing the student rental property, the cash flow is $754 a month. Your additional mortgage is $647. And I take that out because now I want my student rental to pay me back, right? I'm living at home, my mortgage is up an extra, $650 a month. I expect my student rental to pay that for me. So my student rental is going to pay back that additional mortgage that I've just took on because I don't want to pay for it. And now creates $107 a month in cash flow. Okay, $107 a month cash flow is $1,284 a year. Over 5 years, it's just over $6,400 in cash flow. And again, now we've got our 5-year appreciation. Okay, so the 5-year appreciation, $73,000 and change. 5-year student rental mortgage pay down, $60,000, and the 5-year increase in mortgage pay down. So if you remember, when we talked about here is that extra $260 a month, you've actually paid off of the $150, an extra $15,000. So that $15,000 of the $150 you actually have recaptured already. So now we've got our appreciation, our mortgage pay down, our additional mortgage that we took on paid out, and our cash flow, and that creates a total 5-year net worth of $156,000 or $31,000 a year. Okay, so example number 1, you use your cash. When you use your cash, you're returned approximately $36,000 a year in net worth. Option number 2 was a HELOC, and I believe it was about $28,000. And option number 3 is using a refinance, and you're returned about $31,000 in net worth. Okay, so again, eventually you can start refinancing your rental properties, which is ultimately the goal. Now, what I'm going to do is, I know these are all small. I don't have my whiteboard with me, like I said, where I am right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you that if you have any questions, just reach out to me. Okay, reach out to me and contact me. It's Politis, PALHETAS .andrew@gmail.com. But if you have any questions, reach out to me, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you.